Hey guys, Abel Macias here, the Bootstrap Rainmaker, and today I have a really cool message for you guys. How to easily sell your listings faster without being a techie. Okay, these are going to be the strategies that you can use to promote your listing that are low tech. Alright, this is one of the topics that I'm going to be covering in my upcoming training, the Property Listing Accelerator, so be on the lookout for that one. So, how do we get started on these strategies to promote your listing that are low tech? Right? How can you sell your listings faster without being a techie? Right? Now, before we dive into this, guys, if you know of anyone who you think could benefit from this message, please share this video down below. Or better yet, comment, put their name in the comments down below so then they can get alerted. All right? When you guys share this video, what that lets me know is that you guys like this topic and I can continue making more cool videos just like this one. All right? That sound fair? All right. Awesome. Let's go and jump right into this. So, if you've been following my videos, you know the first thing that we always talk about, we start off with a very simple equation. We talk about more exposure equals more offers. It's really important that you guys start thinking like this. The more exposure, the more offers. There's so many times when a new agent just gets their listing, puts it on the MLS, and they think that that's it. That's all they have to do. All right. Well, since we're talking about promoting your properties in a very low-tech way, obviously there are some benefits from having a little bit of tech in the equation, right? If you can put some more tech in there, it's a lot easier for you to get a lot more exposure. So let's just get the obvious out of the way. The easiest way is just to get yourself a techie assistant, all right? And I use something like Upwork. You can use Freelancer, go on to Craigslist, get yourself a local intern maybe. But the big thing is you can get yourself an assistant. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a very quick little strategy. I call it the low-tech method. It's a really low-tech method that you can do yourself, and it doesn't require you to bring on an assistant. Okay. The first thing that you would do is you create a very, very simple walkthrough video of your listing, right? When you go close the listing at the listing appointment, get your phone out. You don't need it doesn't have to be this big production. Okay, use your phone or your tablet. Just walk around and give a commentary, walking through the property. Right, go on the outs, go around the home, and take pictures. Okay, if you're gonna take pictures of the front of the house, the backyard, the kitchen, the living room. You don't really need a lot of pictures of the bathroom and your living room and the closets and the bedrooms. Not for the promotion. Okay, for the promotion, what everyone wants to see is the front of the house, backyard, the kitchen, and the living room. All right, everywhere where you're going to have groups together. Okay. Next thing is you're going to want to create some simple advertising campaigns, and this is where some people kind of get lost and they're like, "Oh, it's advertising," but really, it's so easy nowadays. Like if you know how to use Facebook, you can do this. If you know how to use Instagram, you can do this. It's super simple. Okay. First thing that you want to do is go ahead and start off by blocking off about 2 or 3 hours. If it's the first time you do it, you gotta block off about 2 or 3 hours just so that you can get through this. Once you start getting good at this, I mean, you can crank this out in about 30 minutes. Okay. The next thing you want to do is take some time and really define the buyer profile. So, you go to your listing appointment, you close the listing appointment, and afterwards you really need to put a little bit of thought into what is that right buyer. More than likely, what's the buyer going to be? All right, kind of define the age range, right? If it's a first time, if it's a listing that kind of fits the first time home buyer, well then think about the range, right? In some parts of the country, that changes a little bit, right? If you're in Seattle and first time home buyers can be as young as 20 years old. San Antonio or in Kansas City, first-time home buyers kind of range anywhere from 25 to 35. That's the range. But again, if you're in luxury or if you're you got to look at your listing, look at your market, and kind of get an idea, right? Because that's going to have a lot to do with where we start promoting your property. Next thing is you kind of have to have an idea of the income level. I mean, when you list the price and when you have the listing price, you kind of have to make a correlation between the listing price and the income level of your buyer. That way you know that they kind of match up and they'll be able to be qualified for a mortgage on it, right? Next thing is you want to look at, is the buyer more than likely going to be a local, or is it going to be a relocation, right? So if you're in an area, like let's say you're in a small town, up in the mountains, most of those people are going to be relocating there, right? You're not really going to find a buyer around the corner. Versus, let's say if you're in Phoenix and you're in just a suburb right around there, a lot of those people are going to be local. You'll have someone from, when I say around the corner, it's not going to be too far. A radius of 2-3 miles. Usually you'll have a buyer there. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is create a bridge page. Okay, and you guys may have heard this term before. It's all the rage right now, the bridge page. But if you ever heard anything called a squeeze page or an opt-in page or a landing page or a bridge page, they're pretty much all the same thing, right? It's a page that you bring everyone to just so that you can get some initial information, right? Your name and email. Name, email, maybe a phone number. Now these are really important, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I see agents do is when they start promoting the property, they send everyone straight to the property page, right? Where it has all the information, has the price, the location, and they don't gate it. In other words, they don't run people through a bridge. And what that happens is you don't build any momentum for your listing. You don't build any mystery, you don't build demand for this. The other thing that a bridge page does is it filters out all of the people who are not serious about your property, okay? So what you do is you're going to create yourself a bridge page. And there's a lot of software out there, a lot of really, really simple software that just makes it really quick to create bridge pages. Okay, I go in depth in my upcoming training, the Property Listing Accelerator. But you're going to want to make at least 2 of them, right? And the first one that you're going to want to make is something called a coming soon bridge page. And this is for pre-listing. So if right after you leave your listing appointment and you close it and you take some raw photographs, you can go back home and really quickly get a coming soon page, a bridge page going, and you can run that campaign. All right. The next one you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a small variation for one that we call it the just listed. All right. And this is also a bridge page. What happens with these bridge pages is once someone gives us their name and email, then we send them over to the property information page. But at least we have their name and email, and that's a lead. All right. Now, leads can be sent over to your, they can be sent to your email, or they can be sent to your CRM, depending on how you work your leads. All right. But building a bridge page is a very important step, and it's a really simple step too. Okay. Finally, we're going to be promoting that bridge page. Again, we do not promote the full information of the listing. Okay. You don't want to do that. You want to promote the bridge page first. All right. I like using AdWords Display. Okay, I really like using AdWords Display right now. It's what it does is it allows us to target home buyers that are considered in market. All right, and that's something that AdWords is a part of the Google advertising network. And what this allows us to do is target people who are in market, who have already been identified as home buyers that are shopping for real estate, which is an awesome way to do this. The next one is AdWords Search. Okay, now this is like, we've all done this, right? You go to, let's say you're in Las Vegas and you go to Henderson, home for sale, or in San Antonio, San Antonio, home for sale, or at a zip code level, 79912, home for sale, whatever. AdWords Search will allow you to put your ad in front of people, and this is very high intention. It's a great way to get the word out there to the people who we know are actively searching for real estate, to purchase real estate. The next one is I really like YouTube, right? If you can get yourself a really short video, walk around the property. Again, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to have a lot of high production value, okay? It could be really simple. Just take get your phone and take a video of it. All right. Again, don't give away the price and don't give away the location. What you can do is you can run them on YouTube, and the same thing, because YouTube is a Google property. What you can do is you can target to show your video to people who are interested in purchasing a home. All right. The next thing is I really like Facebook ads. Now, Facebook used to be awesome. Recently, over the past year, a lot has changed with Facebook, and you can't do as much as you used to, but it's still a great place to generate a lot of leads and for a low price. The thing about Facebook though is we can no longer determine whether they are in market. Right? We can target them because they kind of show interest in purchasing real estate, but we can't be very sure that they are in market. But nonetheless, I put it on my list because you will generate a high volume of leads using Facebook ads. Okay, so after that, that's about it for the simple advertising campaigns. All right. Next thing, what you could do is you could start using something called a direct mail. Now, the U.S. Postal Service runs something called Every Door Direct Mail. All right, Google it. It's awesome. You go to their website. They talk about it there. What you do is essentially you target it by zip code. And what I recommend, though, is if you're going to go this route, you really need to do it in conjunction with one of those digital options that I said earlier. Because if you do it in conjunction, I've always found that you'll have a much better return on your direct mail. So if you do it just by itself, it can be pricey and you're not going to have the return. But if you layer them together, you have a really good return on the direct mail. Okay, but again, you do not promote the price and you don't promote the location. All right, you put on your postcard, you talk about the neighborhood, but don't give away the location unless you're doing an open house. If you're doing an open house, then obviously you're going to go ahead and put the location. Okay, and when you give the information, you send them over to your bridge page so you can generate leads. All right, that's the important part. Okay, after that, you have another option, and you've heard about this. I don't know if any of you have heard about this, but it's a big thing. Influencer marketing, right? There are online properties called Shoutcart. All right, this website's really cool. You get to network with other influencers on Instagram, and what they'll do is, if you can find one locally, that's best, right? You give them your bridge page. Some of them will charge you anything from $20, some of them all the way up to $100, depending on how big their audiences are, and they'll blast it out to their audiences. And I've gotten some really good leads using those avenues before. Okay, so like I said, you want to get a local social media personality, pay them to promote that bridge page. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. The takeaway on this is, when we're doing this, the first thing that you want to really understand is that when you start generating leads, not everyone is going to be in market ready to buy immediately. But that doesn't mean that they're poor quality leads. What it means really, though, is that they are on a buyer journey. Okay, and if you're in this for the long haul, guys, you gotta start looking at it that way. Is that buyers are on a journey, and depending on where in that journey you reach them at, okay, that determines how far out they're going to be ready to purchase. Okay, so look at this whole thing as a buyer journey. All right. Next thing is just to keep it simple. Okay, we talked about customer journeys a little just now. Right. Keep it simple. Use templates when you're making your bridge pages. Use the templates when you're running your ads. Use templates. Templates make it easy so that you can do it really quick. All right. When you have this and you all have it as a system, all right, and I talk about this in the Property Listing Accelerator, when you systemize this, you can get this out the door in under 30 minutes, right? You can promote your property like a professional in under 30 minutes really quick. This really is the ace up your sleeve. All right. All right, guys, that's about it for this episode here. Again, if you guys think of anyone that could benefit from this, please share it below. Again, my name is Abel Macias. I'm Bootstrap Rainmaker. Remember, keep on rainmaking. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for your interest in this video. If you guys are ready to go more in depth into listing promotion, go ahead and check out and get access to my free listing promotion training guide. Okay, you guys won't regret it. For more videos here on YouTube, check out our playlist for everything to do with listing promotions. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can get notified of the next training. See you guys in the next one.